Merħba. Ftit ta' xhur ilu l-L-Intrapriża nidiet inizjattiva bl-isem ta' The Blue Med, bl-iskop li tgħin kumpaniji jiżviluppaw aktar il-potenzjal tal-ekonomija l-blu f'Malta, dik li hija innovazzjoni u sostenibilità. L-ekonomija l-blu kif huma magħrufa s-setturi ekonomiċi marbuta mal-baħar jinkludu wkoll l-akwakoltura, s-sajd u l-immaniġjar ta' riżorsi naturali tal-baħar. Dawn l-attivitajiet għandhom importanza strateġika f'pajjiżna li huwa mdawwar bil-baħar għat-tkabbir tal-ekonomija u l-kummerċ. Waħda mill-kumpaniji ewlenin li jaħdmu f'dan is-settur hija kumpanija li għandha l-bażi tagħha f'Malta u topera f'aktar minn 55 pajjiż fid-dinja. Ħassiru nafu x'tagħmel din il-kumpanija mingħand Shane Hunter li huwa l-fundatur u l-kap eżekuttiv. What made you come to Malta and how did you set up the company here?
I had visited Malta for many years as a student. I came here as part of a university diving trip. I followed up with dives as a tourist. On completion of my studies, I actually came here and worked on a small fish farm. And then in 1997, we started with the idea of creating aquabiotech. So this year we're representing 25 years of growth, yes.
And what do you actually do now? Because you cover a lot of different things within the aquaculture environment, is that correct?
Yes, we obviously started just purely in aquaculture, but we've expanded that remit to include sort of fisheries, other sort of marine environmental impact assessments, and obviously the work has gone very global now, so we have clients and projects in more than 55 countries.
So you do provide expertise in aquaculture and design of systems for
Yes, we have three business groups. So the first one is consulting, advisory and training in pretty much everything that is aquaculture, fisheries and marine related. The second group is what we call the TRIC group, testing, research, inspection and certification. This group is helping other parties develop their own research requirements for the development of vaccines, fish feeds and other sort of aquaculture technology and services. And then the largest and fastest growing part of our business is the design, construction and operation of land-based fish farms. And here we actually have two products, one which we sell to governments, research institutes, universities, and the other one more for the private sector.
I would be very interested to see this project you're mentioning later on in the program. You have labs here as well, no? Where you do all the necessary testing for your clients?
That's right. So within the TRIC group, we have what we call wet labs and dry lab facilities. So the dry labs are the traditional analytical laboratories that we would have in microbiology, molecular biology, ecology, and so forth. The wet labs, as we refer to them, are the applied testing that we would run for the development of vaccines, feeds, and testing equipment as well. And here we have 48 wet labs operating, so it's the largest privately owned aquatic research facility here in Europe. And we have clients from all over the world developing their products with us, and some of our clients have been with us now for more than 12 years. So it's a very unique niche market within our sector, but it's something that we've been able to carve out quite a strong offering.
So you mentioned that you're actually working on projects with design and construction. Have you any particular project that you are working on right now?
We have quite a few projects that we're in the design and construction phase at the moment. The largest one is the project known as the Viking Aqua. This is in Skipavika in Norway, just outside Bergen. This is constructing one of the largest land-based fish farms in Europe right now.
Really? So it's cutting edge and it's like a prototype then?
Very much so. This is next-gen RAS technology, recirculating aquaculture systems that extract the seawater, but only a very small amount, and recirculate it and clean it within the system and produce almost 33,000 tons of salmon per year.
Okay, can we have a look?
Sure.
So this is where the Viking project is taking shape?
Yes, this is our engineering department, and here we have CAD designers, architects, engineers all developing different parts of the project, from the civil side all the way through to mechanical automation, monitoring and control. Here you can see a 3D model that we've built up for one of the modules. This three-dimensional render enables us to see all of the fish farm, all of the components, pipeworks, potential clashes, and also works to create the bill of quantities that we require for all the materials, and also part of the construction. The main picture over here shows the actual project site as a whole, which covers 220,000 square meters. So it's quite significant, including the port that's been constructed to actually bring materials in for the construction so that it doesn't impact on the road traffic.
And this is a unique project where you can't compare it to anything else which has been built before, no?
Very much so. The client wanted to create the next generation RAS package, RAS technology, and what we've done is kind of thrown out the traditional design and come back with something completely different, something that's really looking to respect the environment as much as it can, looking at life cycle assessment of all the materials involved in the project. So that's influenced a lot of the choices, but also the whole design in terms of energy efficiency. Even though we were using hydroelectric power to run the facility, and there will be solar panels on the roof, we're looking to reduce the impact wherever we can throughout the whole project and through the operational life cycle.
You're working with other stakeholders in this, so it's like a body of different knowledge and expertise working together.
Yeah, very much so. There's a number of other partners, we would call them technical partners, that are contributing their knowledge towards this in order to create something that's very new here. So we've not been able to do this work ourselves, and our partners have obviously contributed their specific knowledge which collectively has come up with this entirely new design concept.
And what kind of fish would be living in this kind of environment?
This will be Atlantic salmon. To produce 33,000 tons. So the idea is that, as I said, we extract a small amount of seawater, we recirculate the water within the system, so it's cleaned, filtered, provided with oxygen, all the optimal conditions for the fish. And it also means that because we're controlling the environment completely, we're able to eliminate the need for use of any antibiotics or any other sort of the need for vaccines, because obviously they're living in a very biosecure environment. And obviously with the waste streams we have as well, because it's very small and manageable, we can control those and actually process them. They can be sent to biogas, we can recover the phosphorus and other materials, yeah. So what you're seeing here is one of the many computational fluid dynamics, CFD models, that we created to understand how the water moves within each of the systems, the modules that we design. Here the water is leaving the disc drum filters and then dissipating within the biological filtration system. Here we're growing bacteria on inert plastic material. This good bacteria is used to consume the ammonia that the fish produce and converts it into nitrite, and then another bacteria that we grow in the system converts the nitrite into nitrate, which is less toxic for the fish, and that material is then diluted through the water exchanges that we would have. So here in this lab we are doing some fisheries ecology work. This is looking at analysing different fish stock populations through age, length, weight calculations. Here we're actually, we've already extracted the otolith, and here the lady is grinding the otolith down so that she can actually read the rings, much like you would age a tree by cutting it and seeing the rings. The bone, this floating bone, the otolith, grows in a similar way, and by grinding it down and then using imaging technology, we can actually age the fish, in a similar process. Yeah. So here we have one of our research bays. This is Bay 15. Here we're undertaking some trials for a client in Norway, which is developing a new type of feed, which is part of a smoltification process for salmon. So here we've replicated the water conditions exactly as they are in this specific part of Norway. We've balanced the KH, GH, pH of the water so it's identical. And then we've taken the fish from abroad, we've grown them up in fresh water, and now we've smolted them over to seawater. And the research technicians here are obviously monitoring the fish on a daily basis, but periodically we would have to take blood samples, we would have to take weighing assessments, and sometimes also biopsies as well to look at other mucosal expressions for the materials.
So in every bay that you have here, there is some kind of experimentation or testing going on in various
so
various
we run at around about 85% occupancy, and a lot of our clients are booking up their work years in advance because obviously research takes a lot of time to plan out, and the resources to be able to breed fish and get them to the size that you need them exactly, produce the feed specific takes a long time, a lot of planning. So we have a team of about 35 people just undertaking contract research.
So what's your next line of investment you are working on as a company?
Next month we actually complete this year's investment round, where we've spent about 1.8 million euros building this new floor and also adding some new laboratories and other capabilities. Next year we have to renovate another floor, build up our capabilities, as we expect to bring in about another 30 people to the team.
So it's a company in growth.
Very much so, yeah.
Kif semmejt fil-bidu, il-Malta Enterprise għandha inizjattiva li tgħin u tattira kumpaniji lokali u internazzjonali li operaw fl-ekonomija l-blu.
Il-Blue Economy hija meqjusa bħala settur ġdid potenzjali ġenera kummerċ u tkabbir ekonomiku. Post strateġiku ta' Malta fil-Baħar Mediterran huwa post ideali biex Malta tesplora opportunitajiet innovattiva u emerġenti fl-ekonomija blu. Ta' min jinnota li Malta diġà għandha ekonomija b'saħħitha fejn jirrigwardja dawk is-setturi tradizzjonali bħal turiżmu u portijiet. Għal dan il-għan, Malta Enterprise nediet il-Blue Med li tagħti appoġġ meħtieġ għan negozji involuti f'attivitajiet ekonomiċi li jirrigwardjaw l-ekonomija l-blu. Il-Blue Med inkorporat fil-dan tal-Malta Enterprise iservi bħala post għan negozji u investituri li jaħdmu f'dan is-settur partikolari. Hemm diversi attivitajiet għaddejjin bħalissa fih dan il-Blue Med, bħal studju li qed jiġi mħejji biex jipprovdi informazzjoni dwar prospetti ekonomiċi ta' setturi tradizzjonali emerġenti fl-ekonomija blu. Hemm ukoll kollaborazzjoni mal-OECD fejn se jiġu organizzati serje ta' workshops għan negozji biex jiġu mejjuna jidentifikaw kif isiru aktar sostenibbli fil-waqt li jissodisfaw obbligi nazzjonali u internazzjonali fis-Sustainable Development Goals, partikolarment fl-SDG 14. Inizjattiva oħra tal-Blue Med hija l-isfida tal-SDG 14, fejn Malta Enterprise allokat is-somma ta' 4 miljun euro biex tassisti numru ta' kumpaniji li jipprovdu idea ta' negozju kummerċjali li tagħmel impatt fuq l-ibħra b'attenzjoni speċjali għal dan l-SDG 14, il-ħajja taħt il-baħar. Mela r-rebbieħa jistgħu jibbenefikaw minn gwida u mentoring minn esperti fis-settur fil-Blue Economy. L-applikazzjoni huma miftuħina bħalissa, allura nħeġġu min hu interessat biex japplika jew jixtieq jikseb iktar informazzjoni dwar din l-isfida biex ikkuntattja il-Blue Med fuq bluemed@maltaenterprise.com.
Dan kollox għallum, iżda qabel nagħlqu nagħtu ħarsa lejn il-kalendarju. Saħħa u slieb.